We all know the saying, we are what we eat. But do you really know how food is affecting your overall body and your health? Well, here to explain how what we eat could impact our autoimmune condition is Dr. Joshua Red. He's a chiropractic physician and a master's in nutrition from RedRiver Health and Wellness Center. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So you talk about this. What are some of the most common autoimmune conditions that you treat?
Most common ones will be celiac disease. We'll see patients with low thyroid that suffer from an autoimmune condition called Hashimoto's disease. That's the most common low thyroid condition. There's also rheumatoid arthritis, lupus. The list goes on. There's so many different, it's exploding over the last 20 years.
And we've heard a lot about celiac. We talk about that quite a bit here because so many people have dietary restrictions now.
For sure, yeah.
That they have to be mindful of. And celiac is when you can't, when you
can't tolerate gluten.
And
but
wheat.
There's a lot,
Okay.
yeah, gluten is in wheat, but there's a lot more foods that can mimic the gluten molecule for celiac patients that can actually cause more problems.
So what are some of the symptoms that these patients are experiencing?
Well, it depends on what the immune system is attacking. So an autoimmune condition is where your immune system, instead of attacking bad things, is now attacking its own tissue. And so if it's attacking the intestinal tissue, then you'll have intestinal symptoms along with inflammatory symptoms and brain fog, fatigue, symptoms like that. For Hashimoto's, similar symptoms, but you also have problems with the metabolism. You'll have problems with losing your hair, things like that as well.
And one of the things that we talk about, which is why we're in the kitchen, we very rarely have Dr. Red in the
nice.
kitchen.
I love being here.
But are the dietary choices that we make on a day-to-day basis, and
Definitely.
these really could make those symptoms worse, right?
They make a significant impact on somebody's autoimmune condition. And just to start off with, for example, some of the most common things that will flare up autoimmunity that we're seeing is dairy and gluten, which is in bread. And so we're seeing that these two things can actually trigger what's called Th17 cells, which in turn destroy whatever your immune system is attacking more.
Okay.
So it can destroy your own tissue.
That, right?
You may not know that,
Can you be tested for that?
There's lots of really good tests that you can do. Blood work
Okay.
where you can test for what's called an immune reaction, which is huge. But the most common ones, you can almost say to the bank that dairy and gluten are going to have a significant
because I've heard about the term wheat belly, and I was like, why am I always so bloated? And it was, I think it was you who said you probably have wheat belly.
Yeah.
And that just means that we're not tolerating how we're digesting the food.
Exactly. Something that's pretty interesting too, people might not like this, but any type of artificial sweetener that's in like Diet Coke, for example, it actually causes problems with the gut microbiota, which ends up causing a significant problem with our immune system.
Okay.
And so this can flare us up big time. It can also cause problems with blood sugar levels, which will in turn flare up the autoimmunity as well.
So what foods can help improve these symptoms?
Foods, so instead of having like soy or dairy, for example, you can have almond milk. Also replacing and having a significant amount of vegetables for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And what about turmeric? I noticed you have the spices here.
Yeah,
How does that play?
so turmeric, what we're finding now too, increases regulatory T cells. It also decreases what's called Th17 cells, which really helps suppress the immune response as well, and it really helps support that. Another really good thing too is vitamin D. Vitamin D increases regulatory T cells, and that's really easy that someone can make sure they're taking frequently.
We're so deficient in vitamin D as adults, aren't we? And children probably,
you
but
bet.
specifically adults.
You bet. The best way to take it too is having a sublingual form of vitamin D.
All right, so let's give you some information if you would like to start feeling better, if you're experiencing any of these symptoms and you want to be tested. RedRiver Health and Wellness Center is offering Sonora Living Live viewers a free consultation, and you can call now to book an appointment. They're located in Scottsdale. The number 480-970-5555. You can also download a brochure and view some testimonials at lowthyroid101.com.